ALG really saved me. I put all of my success on joining this group. People constantly checking in saved me.
I made so many friends with people that I've never met, but I feel incredibly close to, and I consider them family.
It really is a family. It is a place where you can just be yourself and there is no judgment. There is no shame. You are so welcome there.
Nobody has to be in this alone. Everybody is either going through or has gone through the same thing at one point.
Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ALG podcast. Guys, it's been a while. How the hell are you doing? It's the first episode of 2022, and we have a lot of catching up to do. All right, so really quick at the top of the show, I'm just going to remind you that the show is proudly sponsored by Redcon One. For the highest state of readiness, you can go to redcon1.com and save with promo code T20JARPS. If you go to realgoodfoods.com, you can save money by using promo code The Gains in Between. And that's it. That's all the commercial I have for you.
I'm kind of impressed.
You're impressed? Why? Because it's been 3 months. No,
it's been.
Yeah, it's been like 3 months.
It's been like 8 weeks, 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
All right, 6 weeks.
Not even 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks.
And I still got the intro down pat.
You still got done.
That's what happens when you partner with a professional, David. I've been trying to tell you that for 2 years, that I don't come on this podcast to dick around. Like, I am here. I am ready. I am raw. I am ready to go. I'm ready to go. So how have you been?
I'm not going to lie. As soon as you said that, all I thought of was Ange and her post.
Oh, shout out to Ange.
Shout out to Ange. Tupperware. Tupperware.
That's what we do on this ALG podcast. See, other podcasts have caught on to what we were doing, and now they're just doing what we're doing. You know what I mean? Same thing when it goes to Discord. Like, the whole world wasn't on Discord. Then ALG community was on Discord, and then we've already
changed past that.
And then we changed past, and then now everybody decides that, you know what? We're going to put our community on Discord. So what happened was ALG is just trendsetter hat to the sweater, and that's what we do. That's what we do here at the Accountable Life Group. So yeah, I mean, back again. How the hell are you? How is the culmination of your 2021 into your 2022? We're already at the end of January.
Show. Just like everybody else's. No,
yeah.
No, I'm pissed because we're gonna have this conversation because this is gonna be off kilt, but it's super important. Literally, I said halfway through 2021, all I wanted to see was Betty White make it through 2021. If Betty White made it through 2021, it wasn't that bad. Yeah. And then she dies the day before New Year's. I'm just like
New Year's Eve.
Fuck you. And I'm just like, really, Betty? You're about to have like your 100th birthday. You're about to do all this stuff like that, like 2 weeks later, and you had to die like the day. Come on.
Listen, I don't know. I mean, you definitely saw that stupid meme that's going around that said, like, with all the leap years she lived through, she, lived over 100 years.
No,
I never saw that. That was a great meaning. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it was like she lived. Now, don't judge me on the math because we all know that I can't do math, but I believe
7 years is a leap year.
No, that I know, but I believe she lived through 24 leap years. So that's an additional 24 days. So that takes her right through to being 100 years old.
Well, there's every 7 years of leap year.
Right. And she lived through 24 leap years. So that's 24 extra days.
That 7 times 24. Count that out for me, John.
I don't fucking know, David. Now I got to pull up the meme. All right, ready?
That'd make her like 150.
We're off to a hot fucking
that would make her like 100
days, David. Days.
Yeah. Every 7 years is a leap year, right? It's every 7 years.
I'm pulling it up.
How many years?
I'm pulling it up.
Okay. After how many years is a leap year?
Okay. All right. Ready? All right. The meme says, and I quote, "On one hand, she was 99 years, 348 days old when she died. On the other hand, she lived through 24 leap years, i.e., 24 extra days."
It's 20.
All I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying the whole fuck time.
Every 4 years is leap year, not 7. So that math makes sense.
Oh, I want you to get up out of your fucking chair. I want you to go into the living room and I want you to take a fucking lap. And then you could come back in.
I thought leap year was every 7, not 4.
We're off to a banging start here, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, just let this be a reminder to you that we are not your typical off the fucking cuff, healthy podcast. We're two guys who have been through the fucking hell of it, got to the other side, and now we're going to share to you, what helped us out along the way. Nothing changed. We're going to share it to you what helped us out along the way. We're going to bring in special guests that are going to talk about their journey. We're going to shit on your favorite influencers. We're going to tell you about the stupid health trends that are going on that you shouldn't believe in. And we're going to tell you what not to do. That's what ALG is going to do for you.
And oftentimes it's more about what not to do. We talk about what to do.
Right. Yeah. More of the times you're going to hear about the shit that we don't want you to do.
By the way, come on. You like my little puppy out there? Look at Sonny.
He's not a little puppy anymore, dude.
He's a year and a half old.
You're like one of those girls. You're like one of those women.
Oh, he's gonna be 8 years old.
My child is 24 months old. Your child's 2. Your child is 2. Does that math work for you, by the way, David?
Look at Sonny Bear. Look at Sonny Bear out there.
He's 8 now. No,
he's a year and a half.
I was gonna say.
No, he turns 2 on St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's Day. So he's a year and 3/4. No, I tell you what, I made a TikTok on this recently because speaking about like what not to do and certain fitness influencers, it hurts my soul. Like I have a love-hate relationship with social media. First and foremost, we need to hammer this because there are so many people in the weight loss community that just don't understand when they put their validation and their value into followers, and they think their weight loss is how many followers I get. You are setting yourself up for a very poor relationship with your transformation because you think it's somehow about followers.
Yep.
With that being said, what does piss me off is watching someone who did a great job. I'm so happy for people who lose a bunch of weight, but they spread nonsense and they have 1 million followers. It hurts my soul. Like I won't name names, but recently,
name the name. No, don't.
Recently, there is a group of individuals. I'm just going to put it very ambiguously that did this whole like, hey, do you need to lose chest fat? Let me show you a workout circuit that can help with that. And they started.
Are you talking about the Vision Twins?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'll call them out by name.
They're speaking fucking nonsense. They're speaking. Half of the shit they say is nonsense.
Yeah. They got lucky. They got TikTok famous.
They have like 3 million followers on TikTok now, and they speak nonsense.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and I shared this on my social media. If you've happened to follow me on the interwebs, you're picking up all the bad habits that your favorite weight loss influencer is putting out there. You're picking up all their bad habits, everything that they think is right.
It hurts my soul because I'm just like, hey, I'm happy I have 70-some thousand on TikTok, and my value is not in that. It pisses me off seeing misinformation go so viral, and then someone who also has gone through the journey but tells you the truth and the reality, and like it doesn't get the same
like I had someone comment on a post of mine I think yesterday, and they asked me how can I spot train to lose back fat, and I literally was just like, hey, I'm gonna shoot you a DM because like I don't want to roast you on my page. So like I literally shot this very nice woman a DM, and I was just like, hey, listen, I can give you exercises that might help you with back, but I was like, you can't spot train anything. Like it just happens the way that it happens, and that's God's work. Like I don't know what to tell you from there. Like
genetics, calorie deficit, burn body fat, and inevitably it will come off once you get lean enough.
Right.
But like
unfortunately, we have not developed a way to figure out where the fuck we're gonna lose our weight from.
And see, that's always a fascinating one to me, because like someone who's very large and early in their transformation, it can be so frustrating because some people in the early stages of their weight loss see progress way faster than others. Because like, for example, say genetically, your body just goes, I'm going to suck all the fat away from your neck first. Right. And so you lose 20 pounds and it came primarily from your neck. And you're like, oh my gosh, look at my jawline. It's getting so much better.
Right.
And then you got someone else who it comes from like their mid thigh or stomach, and you don't notice 20 pounds in a stomach when you're 200 pounds overweight, but you notice it in your neck.
Absolutely.
And you're like, oh my gosh. And then it's like, I've lost 50 and can't tell a difference. And I lost 20. Look at his neck. He's already got a neck back. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a really perfect example. So like, I don't talk a lot about my family on here. I make jokes and crack comments about, stupid stuff that my family does. But my younger brother, he is on his own weight loss journey. So,
nice.
Hats off to him. He is almost down a full 100 pounds in less than a year.
Let's go.
And for those keeping score at home, he's doing it the quote unquote all natural route. So like for him, it's been really fun to watch him lose weight because like for me, I didn't notice progress in myself till like after I lost like almost 200 pounds. I didn't notice anything because that's just, you look at yourself every day and yada, yada, yada. But like watching him go through his transformation, like one of the first places he really started to lose weight was in his neck and his face.
Yep.
So like now he's got this square ass jawline. He's got this really nice neck. And like, he's losing weight in like the weird spots first, is what I like to tell him. Like, now it's starting to hit the belly now. So like everything is loosening up on him and just, he's doing great. But like, yeah, like you can't ever spot train anything,
no,
and that's the telltale sign with me. Right. So like, I know I'm gaining weight when my face looks a little bit more puffy, when my love handles are a little bit more puffy, because that's where I gain weight first. That's where I put on fat rather first. That's just how my body, is made up. For other people, it's other places. But like you said, you're never going to notice when you're coming from a very extreme weight, you're never going to notice a 20, 30 pound weight gain when you already are 350 pounds, 450 pounds, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
But anyway.
I got something to talk about.
What else can we shit on real quick?
Check this out. So check out that boy.
What the fuck is that?
It's a continuous blood glucose monitor, CGM. So it's a continuous blood glucose monitor. So it continually, it's what diabetics and type 2 diabetics
that's what
use.
I thought it was.
Yeah. I had a company reach out to me. It's called NutriSense, and they want to send me free product. Try it out. It's kind of funny. God's funny. So literally 2-3 weeks ago, my brother's on this exact monitor, not this company, but the monitor it comes from. And I'm a science guy. I'm so fascinated. It's like, okay, so for example, I was intrigued on what like my blood sugars are. Like my A1C is phenomenal. It's last time I checked, it was 3.9, which is fucking incredible. But on like that gives you like an average over a 3-week time period. Okay.
Right.
But I wondered how my spikes were depending on, since I'm incorporating more carbs, how like that affected it. And considering that you and I both were primarily low carb through a majority of our journeys, early on at least, I'm just intrigued knowing what that is. And so I was like, you know what? I was thinking about stealing one of my brothers. And then I was like, and then literally this company DM'd me and were like, hey, if I sent you a free one, would you do just an honest review on it? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not? And so I've been on it for a couple of days, and it has been fascinating. Like, for example, obviously I still eat relatively complex carbs, but for example, I eat 4 Dannon low-fat Greek yogurts. Each one of them, not every day, but quite a bit. And that's 4 servings is 80 calories per cup. So that's 160. That's 160. That's 320 calories. So 80.
Not bad.
Yeah. So 320. And it's mostly protein and carbs, 0 fat. So
fat,
it's, but 4 servings of Dannon low-fat Greek yogurt is like 45 grams of sugar.
That's a lot of sugar.
So I was intrigued. Now the calories aren't high. It's only 320 I think it's 12 grams per. So it's like 20. It's like 48 grams of protein and like 40 grams of carbs or 40 grams of sugar, something like that.
You're talking about for all 4 servings? For
all 4 together.
Go ahead.
So I was like, okay, what is 40 straight grams of sugar doing to my blood sugar? I don't know. And so that's been fascinating to kind of check. So like I did a couple times, like keeping track on it. And it definitely does. Like this is where it happens. So also you could see where also
you can see the spikes. Yeah,
there's a spike. Now again, the spike was still only got up to like 138, which is 139, which is still fine. But it has been fascinating. Like look how even it is. And then all of a sudden 4 Dannon low fat Greek yogurts.
Yeah.
Boom. And so for the majority of people, I'll be honest, it's relatively, now it comes also, they also come with a registered dietitian that can message you through the app and like they can track your levels. It's semi gimmicky because again, unless you're a type 2 diabetic, it's not necessary.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of my bodybuilder friends check their blood sugar.
Yeah. But it's, I think it's a cool way to like, it's a good accountability, just like if someone has like accountability with steps.
Right.
Like I do 10,000 steps a day. Okay. If you keep track of that over say a couple of weeks, a couple of months, the progress gets better. And so I'm intrigued. Like that's what I think it's more for than anything. It's been intriguing. I don't know
where else do you eat? Like, is that your only sugar source of the day?
Yeah, pretty much. And then apples, but like that's with fiber and that doesn't do much. When you like I
really don't eat any added sugars in my day.
The only added sugars I do is yogurt. Outside of that, not a lot. A lot of my other carb sources are more complex carbs. So it's like oatmeal and stuff like that. But I was intrigued and there definitely is a spike. Now it's not aggressive because I'm not a type 2 diabetic. Right. But someone who leans in that direction, it's something to, it's interesting. Like, I don't know the price point of this thing. I'll be honest. I don't know like what a month to month is. I think it's cool for someone to do for like a month just to get intrigued on what different foods and how it affects your blood. Right. Do I think it's necessary to do for a year straight?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's cool. It's been a fun experience. It's weird because it's like it's just in your arm. I haven't been doing any preacher curls because I'm like, am I gonna break this thing?
So they just sent you one.
Yeah, it's a 14-day.
Just that one pad.
Yeah, but well, this is like a over patch, and then inside right here.
Yeah, is the mechanism. Yeah.
Yep.
But is it hooked? It's not hooked to you on a needle.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. There is a needle inside.
Well, how it works is when it gets shoved in, a needle pops in, and then it pulls out the needle, and then like a little plastic tube sits behind.
That's what I thought. Okay.
And so, like, I'll be honest. I told my dad this, and him being this conservative doctor, he was like, "Okay," and I'm like, "No, I'm telling you." The first it was super weird because I've never had something like sit in my arm this long. The first 6 hours, I could feel it. Like I could feel the piece of plastic, and it was like it's like when you go to the doctor, you go to the hospital, and they put in a line. You can feel that line. It's not right. It's not painful, but you feel it.
You feel it there, yeah.
And then the next morning when I woke up, I didn't feel it anymore. Like now, I don't feel it. Like it's not like But that first few hours, I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, because it's something new in your body.
And the body's like, what is this doing here?
What the fuck is this? Yeah. And then it attacks it.
I don't even think about it anymore. No, but it did give me weird sensations down my arm. And I told this to my dad. He's like, oh, fuck you. You don't know what you're doing. I'm like, what do you want to tell you, man? Like, I'm pretty in tune to thinking about my body. And I'm like, it wasn't painful, but I just had this this sensation. And I was like, it was only my left arm. It was also probably psychological.
You're a fucking hypochondriac, aren't you?
The exact opposite, actually.
Are you?
No, I never think I'm sick. And if I am, I'm like, run through this shit. Now, I'm intrigued to like, hey, let's stay on top of my blood work. Let's stay on top of my blood pressure. Let's just do all that kind of stuff to treat my body with the respect it deserves. But I'm the exact opposite of like, oh my gosh, I'm something must be wrong. No, I'm not like that. Yeah, not at all. You're gonna be fine.
You're fine. Everything's great.
You're fine.
You're fine. You're fine. Everything's
But yeah,
great.
so that's been intriguing. So we'll
300 pounds overweight. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's great. Yeah, man. Good. Really glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
So I know this is always a tough one. We won't go to the nitty gritty of it, but you excited for surgery?
I'm in pain.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm in pain, bro.
Yeah.
Every day is a painful day. Yeah, I'm ready. I was ready, last week when I was supposed to have it, but God works in mysterious ways. And February 8th.
I'm just saying, like, there was going to be you were supposed to have it last week, but God knew that your doctor was going to have a whoopsies. And so he's like, nope, you're not doing it then. You're going to do it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what everyone keeps telling me. So, and that's kind of how I feel about it at this point, but it's funny because I was talking to Billy the other night before we got on the phone call with us three. And I was like, dude, I'm so lost this week mentally because I'm not supposed to like be around. Does that make sense?
No, 100%. You had I mean, you talk about a major surgery, a major recovery, all this kind of stuff. You're anticipate, and then it doesn't happen. And you're like, now your whole anticipation's off, and now you're like, fuck. And then it's 2 weeks away. And so it's like, do I reset?
Right.
Am I in the middle of it? No, yeah.
Right. Exactly. So like, so just really quick overhead, because people are probably like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was supposed to have back surgery last Tuesday, and like everything was on plan, everything was great. I literally woke up I had to be at the hospital for 6 o'clock in the morning. I had an 8:30, surgery time in the OR. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I go to get ready to go to the hospital. We're on our way to the hospital. We're pulling into the hospital parking lot, and they call me and tell me, Mr. Arpino, your surgery is unfortunately canceled. They give me, the whole rigmarole as to why and whatever. We're not going to get into that. And then I just had this like feeling like the rug was pulled out from under me. Besides that, it's like David just said, like I had this already mental anticipation. Like I had mentally prepared myself for the fact I'm going to have major surgery. Everything's gonna be great. Here we go. Blah, 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 blah. And then, nope. And then it's like, okay, now what do I do? Like, where do we go from here? Because like I had stopped going to the gym. I said my goodbyes to the gym until, I can get back, when I'm cleared. Mentally, I ended that relationship in my head. I'm still doing my cardio, but like that was it. And like, I put all the pieces where they needed to go. And then it was like, fuck you. So after that phone call, I was like, all right, well, do I like go to the gym tonight? Do I like what do I do from here? Like,
do I just act like I'm in the middle of this? Do I push it back? No, 100%. It's weird.
Yeah. Like, do I make plans now? Am I going out this weekend now all of a sudden? Like like it was just really, really strange. So it's still really strange. I don't feel off, but like I feel like mentally confused, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, because now you're just you're in a limbo for another 2 weeks again.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a major surgery, so it's like, it's no joke. So it's not like you're getting your tonsils removed.
No, they're taking out my lamina.
Yeah, and so it's goofy, and it's like so many things, and I think it's always a classic, and I think we talk about it constantly. It was just a Ray Dalio quote. Now I'm sure he got it from somewhere else, but just the idea is it's not about how good you do when things are right. It's how good are you when things are off.
Yeah.
Like that really shows you the quality of life you start to create, because it's easy to do things right when everything is going right. Like that's just how it works.
And I'll be honest, I haven't really been a nice person. You know what I mean? Like I'm just in so much pain now, and it's like getting to me. So like I've noticed my irritability is up. The way that I react to things is different now. So like I'm just like a very like don't bother me right now type of person. You know what I mean? Like, and that's hard. Like, so hospital calls me, wants to go and reschedule everything, right? And I just start giving the people, an attitude for no reason. Like it's the receptionist's fault that she's calling me to reschedule my pre-surgical testing. It's not her. She don't know what's going on. And like I'm yelling at this lady, like I already did this. You know what I mean? Like, and then I hang up the phone. I'm just like, you're an asshole. Like you gotta stop being such a dick. Like no one cares that you're in as much pain as you are. You just gotta keep chugging along, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep focused, keep my feet on the ground at all times, and so that's what's going on with me and my health. But what's going on with you in life?
Well, I'm on my second cycle of I'm just kidding. No, things are good. I've been doing this, obviously this low, I'm trying to lose weight as slow as possible, but as efficient as possible. Where
are you doing a show?
I'm going to compete next year. Yes, I'm competing this year.
This year.
Yeah. When
2022. Are you doing summer shred?
I haven't decided if I'm going to do junior yet. Either June or November.
October.
Or June or October. More than likely, I'm trying to just do this weight loss as smooth as possible. I'm trying to keep the weight on, keep my muscle mass on as much as possible. And I mean, I'm 18 weeks out, and so more than likely I'm doing June. But I've been progressing well, so I have like my new.
Are we 18 weeks out? Yeah, right.
It's like 18 weeks out. So I've been progressing pretty well. I'll admit, incorporating carbs the way I haven't been perfect by any means. But we're chugging along. Just kind of slowly dropping. I went from I floated at 258 as of December 24th. Classic. And then now I'm at 252 as of now. So I'm like, I'm not doing any crazy weight loss, but like that's why I'm trying to keep my calories relatively high. I'm trying to do it super slow. I've been gaining muscle while burning body fat, which is great.
It's such a dope feeling.
But it's just goofy because like, so here's my where's it good? So I love this thing. I have an InBody that like it tracks my body fat percentage, body fat muscle mass, the whole shit.
I don't know what InBody is.
It's a digital scale that does like electrical.
Oh, do you like that?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
How does it know?
It does. It's called electrical impedance.
So it's like what the body fat scale handheld thing does in the gym.
Exactly. So it has foot electrodes, hand electrodes, and it based upon how fast it moves through, it gives a good guesstimation of body fat percentage, muscle mass, all that kind of stuff. Is it very accurate to the T of your exact number? No. Is it good at trends? Yes. So you take it as what it is, trends. Now, water can affect it. If you're going keto, it's going to give you a weird number because glycogen and all that kind of muscle storage affects it. But again, if you look at it at trends, you look at it over time, it can give you a good, like your muscle mass is going up, your body fat's going down,
right?
All that kind of stuff. And so I like it.
Very dope. Very dope.
Yeah, I would recommend. And it's a dope app. And I mean, super cool. Like it tells you, so you can bring up weight, see all the muscle mass, gives you a good recommendation of where you're at, gives you a decent basal metabolic rate. What's your basal metabolic rate? And again, it's for general use. It's not like exact. The only way to get a lot of this data is through a fucking $30,000 machine, but for like general use, it's pretty solid. So that's been good. Other than that, it's been an interesting. I mean, this winter's been goofy. I mean, just like every winter is with COVID and shit.
Yeah. We're about to get hit with a nor'easter here. They're talking like we might get 2 feet of snow this weekend.
Hello, we got hammered. We got like 18 inches over 2 days a couple weeks ago, and you know that.
Yeah, that's supposed to be what we're supposed to get. I don't know. We're gonna get a nor'easter, and that might collide with a fucking Arctic cyclone. That might I don't fucking know.
I'll admit, as soon as college, like school ended, I no longer look at.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't look at the weather anymore.
Yeah,
like it is.
Well, I didn't go to college. I'm not educated, but after I got out of high school,
same concept.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
That's too funny.
Oh, it's raining out. We got to put on a coat.
Sweet.
Still got to go to work. Oh, it's snowing out. Got to go put on some boots.
Gotta go do it. But in that, it's been solid. I tell you what, one thing that I'm reaching out to him heavy. I don't know how to build a partnership with him, but I fucking love. So I use MyFitnessPal for fucking 7 years, 8 years.
Right.
Most of my transformation.
You're trying to reach out to Pal?
Huh?
Never mind. I made a stupid joke. God, who are you trying to reach out to?
Carbon Diet Coach, which is owned by he's got a PhD in nutrition. Hold on. Lane Norton.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
500,000 followers on Instagram. Super savage guy. Savage in the sense of just like he loves debunking people. But he launched an app called Carbon Diet Coach about a year ago. Right. And it's just MyFitnessPal on steroids. I love it. Now there's no free version. It's $10 a month. It is what it is. But I mean, it's phenomenal because what it does is it actually does the automation of getting your TDEE calculation. So your total daily energy expenditure, put your age, height, weight in, how much you move, be respectful on it. It's going to give you how many calories you eat a day and your macros. And it gives you different options. It even gives you a keto option. It gives you a couple different options because he's not against keto. He's just against not knowing your calories and your macros.
Right.
And so, but then what I think is fucking phenomenal if you're not an asshole, now I'm gonna preface this. If you're not an asshole, because you obviously have to track your food for it to be effective.
Oh, you mean if you don't lie to your app?
Exactly. Every week it'll adjust your calories and your macros based upon your progress you're making.
Right.
Which is super cool. So like if you didn't lose any weight that week, it'll adjust accordingly. And so it's like, okay, that makes your calories a little too high. So it'll drop it by like 100 and you do it again. And so as long as you are respectful and doing it with your due diligence, it's basically having like an automated coach, which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
And for $10 a month, I mean,
hell yeah,
it doesn't stop what we do because we're on the mindset side of things.
Right.
But it makes our lives easier because I was doing this. Anyone who would ask for a nutrition plan, I would get a TDEE. I would do all this myself, and it takes time. And it's like, fuck, $10 a month is an app that automates it for you. Sweet.
Yeah.
So I've been really enjoying it.
That's awesome, brother.
Yeah.
I like that. Like the sound of that. So yeah, 2022 is the year of fuck it for me.
Define fuck it. I'm scared. Is fuck it like I'm gonna go skydiving without a parachute? Fuck it.
No. This is the year that I stop walking on eggshells. You know, I stop. When I say that, I mean like I'm no longer going to just sit on the sideline and watch people get coerced online about bullshit.
Oh yeah.
You know, like this is the year I just start calling out everyone on all their bullshit on, you know, diet culture, the Instagram weight loss community, just everything in general, anything that I feel that needs to be talked about. I'm going to start expressing it because I feel like I have been here long enough. And when I say here, I mean, like I've lost the weight long enough. I've kind of lived through the experiences long enough.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there, you know? So like, I'm tired of just like nodding my head and just saying, okay, it's Transformation Tuesday. Like, let's post the transformation. Like, yes, that's great. And I find motivation in that. And I supply motivation through that. But there's so much that needs to be said because there's so much fucking bullshit because of the fact that there's so many people sitting at home still. You know what I mean? Like there's so many people that are working from home now that have made a career online or are trying to make a career online. And they just feel like they can just say a whole bunch of bullshit and like bullshit just won't be called out. And like, we can't live like that anymore. So like, if I come across something that I don't like or something pops in my head and I'm just like, yeah, that hasn't been talked about really. And like, we need to address that. I'm going to fucking talk about it now. And like, that's why when you said about those two guys earlier in the video, oh, the Vision Twins. Yeah. Fuck that. Like, no, because there's people on here who probably watch them and think that they're greater than fucking goose shit. And like, they're not, you know? So like, am I going to get in trouble? Probably eventually, maybe, probably. Yeah.
It's a balance. Cause it's like, I sit there and I'm like, I want to respectfully,
I'm always going to respect people. That's like clear. Like let's.
But I also don't want to create a brand. There's people out there that built their brand around just shitting on other people's false information. It's like,
and I don't want that either.
Yeah, it's like trying to find that balance between like, hey,
right,
you're just sharing bullshit, and mixing that with like, hey, inspiration, positivity, this, but also like, yo, just so you know, this guy is selling nonsense.
Right. Like, I'm still going to be the same old JR with the same old great taste, just a new box, a little bit, little design.
You're just being more confrontational, and there's nothing wrong with that. I agree. I got to do it more because I don't do it. That the only group that I tend to push back on when it comes to bullshit is body positivity and obesity. Yeah. When people make these arbitrary, like, oh my gosh, you can be healthy at 450 pounds if you just come on. Yes, you can. Like, oh, shut you fuck up. Like that is now. Do you have to be a size 7, a size 4? No, but you are speaking nonsense with this. You know what? You can love yourself and your body at any size.
Nope.
And it's like, there's nothing more disingenuous than saying I fucking love myself while filling your gizzard with garbage, watching your blood pressure shoot through the roof. You
can't fucking breathe, but you're still shoving food down your throat. And the only reason why I feel like we can say this is because we lived through it.
We lived it. We lived it. And it's like, And I get it. It's annoying when every doctor says you're overweight, and it's annoying when everyone says it, blah blah blah. And there's a one girl that just made a post on TikTok that came across and was like, you know what? I've lost 100 pounds, and I want to tell you a story of how I've been treated differently ever since losing 100 pounds. And she was saying how she was at a bar one time, and her friend was getting hit on by a dude, and then she overheard the dude telling his friend, "Hey, can you flirt with the fat girl so I can talk to the other girl?" And that was offensive. And it's like, oh, shut the fuck up. That's offensive. 400-pound me would understand the fact that I understand this woman doesn't want to flirt with me right now because she doesn't find me physically attractive. And and I'm totally okay with that because I live in reality. I don't even
find myself attractive.
I live in reality, which is, this is not fucking okay. So like, and all of a sudden she's like, yeah. And he said this. And I'm like, oh, stop it.
Right. It's because you had no self-acceptance of yourself at that size. So you just think that was cool.
That was normal. It's like that happens to me now. And I feel bad about it. And like but that's fucking like, it was so fun. How she kind of said it was like this fat.
I get it, man. This is why I can't go on TikTok either, because I would get so mad at a lot of shit, and then I really would get canceled.
Yeah, I did actually save that one because I may do a video on it, just kind of conveying the message of, hey, there's like, this guy doesn't like you because you're not physically attractive to him. That is life.
Yeah,
but his friend was trying to talk to your friend
because he was physically attracted to her. Yeah.
It's fucking life.
That's life. Yep.
Yeah. If it was a ginger versus a brunette saying, I only like brunettes, and your friend's a ginger, and it goes, okay, I'll talk to the ginger for now, but I just don't like gingers. Dude, so what? It's so funny. I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're acting like this is such a victim thing. It's like, stop.
Everything's a victim thing.
And so stuff like that, that's what I tend to push back on. But I need to get more, because I get so sick of everyone nitpicking nutrition stuff, for example.
Yeah, you just gotta go for the good shit. You know, you just gotta go right for the guts. You know,
it's like Vision Twins. When they made the post, the video where it's like, if you want to burn man boob fat, here's your fitness routine. I just wanted to make a fucking video going, yo, you're speaking garbage, guys.
Tell me again how you're trying to sell a 30-day program.
Yeah, like, fuck you. Like, this has nothing to do.
Right. But and their whole gimmick is, we were the two guys on the other side of the screen. Fuck off.
Yeah, like,
fuck off.
I love the fact, if you're gonna talk about like positivity and like, hey, you can do this, that's great. That stuff, fantastic. You're speaking nonsense if you don't know the science and nutrition and fitness behind things. Like, then just be honest. Just be like, hey,
I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to come from you from an accountability standpoint. Great. Don't tell anybody fitness routines. Don't tell anybody nutrition programs, because you don't have the education to play that game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean you can't be inspirational. Just stay in your fucking lane.
Always stay in your lane. That's how you don't get into it.
That was our final rant.
No, yeah, that's it. And you know what? On that note, I think Vision. Anyway, I'm sure we'll talk about them again later on.
Yeah.
But on that note, let's wrap up this episode. I want to thank you guys again for listening in. If you have anything that you want to hear us talk about, rant about, call out, I want you to either A, leave a comment on the video, okay, because this will be posted on YouTube as it always is, or B, I would like you to DM the Accountable Life Group Instagram page. That's at Accountable Life Group on Instagram. We want to hear what is bothering you in today's diet culture. Okay, it's 2022, guys. It's early. All right, what is bothering you in diet culture? Because there's a lot of bullshit out there. A lot. We only talk about not even like a fucking a sprinkle of it. So let us know. As always, you can find us each and every single Wednesday night on the absolutely free Accountable Life Group community call. Goes down each and every single Wednesday night at www.accountablelifegroup.com. And if you are looking for coaching, if you're looking for accountable lifestyle coaching, if you're trying to build a better mindset, if you're trying to find more accountability in your day-to-day life, then go on to algcoaching.com where you can get a quote for coaching. We love to work with you. It's a blessing for both of us. It's awesome. It's just a very relieving and helpful feeling to be able to do this. So again, algcoaching.com. You can save money by going on to redcon1.com and using promo code T20JARPS. You can go to Real Good Foods, use promo code The Gains in Between to save money there. And David, you have any final words you want to say?
Toodles.
Be good, guys. Stay beautiful, stay sexy, stay accountable. Thank you guys for joining us back after the hiatus. We're back, bitches.